We're going live now.
We are live! We are live!
We're live! Hello! Hello, guys.
I think Vic needs to have a little rant about what you just did, to be honest, Kelvin, before you start.
Why does mine still say off air?
It takes a couple of seconds for it to come through.
You are off air.
We're alive now. Is anybody actually watching?
Yeah. I need a fucking vape.
Oh, that's the most horrendous thing ever, was that wait.
So we are actually live.
Yes, we're live.
We're actually live, Vic, and you have got in the room.
Hello.
Sure we're actually live.
Has anyone posted the link on the Facebook groups?
Yes.
Alright, hold on there. There it is. Vape Talk UK on Kelvin's channel. I'm going to get this copy and I'll post it in my Facebook group. Hello everyone who just came in. We are totally prepared. Honest!
Right, hello guys.
We've got Kelvin to blame for this.
Yes, it's all my fault. I fucked up. Now Vic is gonna kill me later on. So let's introduce ourselves. Let's go with Big Tom first. Where can they find you, mate?
Big Tom and the Vaping crew. Big shout out to all my admins, all my crew. Shout out to Ben and all the VIPers. YouTube.com/Big Tom and TVC. Peace.
And what are you vaping on?
I've got the Hexarm with the Bal with a genuine chuff cap on there. Vaping good old Illuminati.
Cool. Let's go to James. James.
Hello.
Where can they find you, and what are you vaping on?
Okay, you can find me at youtube.com/everydayvapor, all one word. And what am I vaping on? Well, loads tonight. I've got Essence E-Liquid from Honolulu, got Drip Cloud from the States, I've got Mr. and Mrs. KVs, and I've also got some Stella's Blue Vapor. All on.
Did you get paid for this, James, to promote these liquids?
And I've also got this brand new sub-ohm tank delivered today as well, which I'm just testing out for a review later on. Where's Vic gone?
I don't know. Vic's having technical difficulties. He'll be in a minute. You know what he's like.
Let's go to Rick. Rick, where can they find you, and what are you vaping on?
Well, guys, my name's Pixel Vape. I'm a very, very small fish in a very large pond. I've only just really started 3 months ago. And you can find me on the internet somewhere. I'm normally lurking all at the school gates. Vaping on a Sigelli 150 and my Troll, and some Bonsai Sweep the Leg juice, which is actually quite tasty.
Cool. Is Vic there?
Vicky's not here.
Okay, we'll go straight on to me. Well, I'm Fat Vapor. You can find me on YouTube, Fat Vapor Reviews. You can find me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and I'm vaping on the iStick 50 with the Subtank Plus. I'm vaping on the Luxor mod with the Patriot. I've also got the Aspire Sub-Ohm battery with the Adventus.
Honestly, that was just
fantastic.
Fucking incredible.
Hope you enjoyed.
Oh, bring back the pretty boys.
Ben, you're gonna have to settle for us.
Who are these clowns?
Welcome back. It's been a while. We're back in December. Last time, Christmas, New Year's, COVID, different shit going on, and trying to plan what we hope to be a banging 300th episode, and you left with us.
Yeah, that's it, really.
We had so many plans. We had so many people lined up for tonight, and they all fucking bailed on us.
Shit
so at least
COVID happened.
At least two of them were in the opening, but no, we thought we'd tip our hat to the 300th episode. Oh, fucking hell, I've caught it. For the 300th episode.
Now, just to put that in perspective, because
that was 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Almost 7 years ago, 2015 in April, that very first episode you saw there, and that also includes a period with the Fridays, which were a show. Mm-hmm. So it's a long time. It's almost 7 years.
Scary.
Big shout out to the guys who started it originally. All the ones who've been there all along, shorter whiles, longer whiles.
Dale, I'm pretty sure half your team were on there. Tom, Rick wasn't he at some point? Yeah, I think. I'm not sure if you ever sponsored Vic, but.
That's back when they were like Cloud Bro teams. Like,
it's a shame Vic couldn't make
it. Yeah, but that was the whole community back then.
Yeah, I know.
That was when we weren't all stabbing each other for a
and when it was like big drippers and a 10ml bottle, you emptied half the bottle just to fill your dripper.
Yeah, Dale, I'm with you. I missed that community too. That was, for me, what made vaping before everyone started stabbing each other for the next fucking Burrow mod and.
Come on, Mark! You love the Burrow community. It's amazing.
You like Burrows.
You like it.
Dude, you want to fill it, Bucks.
And a dope.
I've got a dope coming, to be fair.
When there's no snow in Greece anymore.
I remember mine. Right, so in the early days before Dale and I knew each other, we both managed to acquire a substantial amount of Avid Life stuff. And Dale and I didn't know each other at the time. I think we're aware of each other, but we'd certainly got no beef. We'd certainly got no good or bad relationship, and we were both just banging these products out that we'd got. And it turns out that I think one of us was overpricing, one of us was underpricing, and yeah. I think that was the first time Dale and I met, I think.
I'm not asking which way round it was.
Kaz, did you just sniff your fingers?
Nope.
Thanks for the sub, Martin. Yes, so... but
well,
no,
let me subscribe.
It's nothing like it is today. Today is just savage. Savage. It was all good fun, Dale. It was. It's just savage now. I'm watching the shit that's going down in these groups, and I don't even know why I'm in these groups, let's be honest. But you watch it, and there's some vile cunts out there. Absolute vile cunts. And they're just out for themselves. They don't give a fuck about anyone else. Whereas back in the day, 300 episodes ago, there was community, and people cared about one another. People give a shit. Anyway, so we've seen what all the previous guys were vaping on, almost 7 years ago. What we were vaping on tonight?
Ganna, if you start by telling us what you're vaping on tonight and what you were vaping on your very first show.
Well, I thought that I'd look back and I thought I would actually vape on today what I vaped on my first show.
How long ago was your first show, Chandler?
Oh, God. I didn't look at the date. Bloody hell. Episode 200 and something. It's been about 2 years. Easy. I can't remember. I forgot to look.
1807, Alex says.
Yeah, 1807. Yeah, we're only on episode 300, so I'm alright.
At the baptism of Jesus.
But yeah, I got invited to do an audition by Stu. So I came on and did an audition, and thinking back, in retrospect, it probably wasn't a good idea to have I'd got rock mods that I'd got from Vape Fest, and it did have these stickers all over it. So I'm doing an audition to be a host on VT UK, and I turn up and wave this mod with these stickers all over it.
They're all thinking you're doing it on purpose.
I'm glad you lot like my sense of humour, so that was good. So yeah, I had the rock mods, and I did have a Wasp Nano on top of that, and I haven't got the Wasp Nano anymore. I gave it away to somebody who broke theirs because I wasn't using it. So I've put a Salix on it, and I'm mouth to lunging with an RDA. I mean, why didn't I get into mouth to lung with an RDA at the time? I didn't like it at that point.
Weren't that many even back then?
But it's great. Actually, it's really good.
Historical questions. Have you always been a fan of like long grip tips? Also back then?
Yes. Okay. I had a drip tip on the Wasp, and I'm looking around to see if I've still.
Let's not get into that. We've fought over that many times about putting drip tips on Wasps.
Tips on Wasps. Yes, you did need a drip tip on the Wasp, and I'd got the Ultim. It was an Ultim top cap, wasn't it, on the Wasp?
Yes.
So I specifically bought an Ultim drip tip that I still use. It's on my Squonker that is in the other room.
Black, Ultim.
As if there's another person
I had
in a
at one point
totally
like
different
5 Wasps.
That was from White.
Different color decks and different color decks.
Yeah, so yeah, I had this Ultim drip tip on the top, and it was probably about twice as long as it should have been. But you know what it's like when you're buying stuff on the internet? It's like, well, that's made of Ultim, it'll go. It was a bit tall, and I just went, bollocks, it works. And I think that was kind of where my tall drip tip thing started. Because it did look like a chimney.
Evening, Ali. Ali goes way back. Way back.
Oh, in YouTube, I'm looking at the Twitch channel.
Not as far back as Chandler, of course.
I'd say.
Oi,
no, not 1807. No.
Steady on.
Ali Cam, good evening. Good to see you, buddy.
So that was that it? You were vaping on?
That was it. I'd got one setup. It was the Wasp, the Wasp and look at I'd only got one thing. Unlike now where I've got like 8 things all over the desk. But I got Billet Box and
Oh,
Space Cat.
Oh, and these.
I'm more thinking it's panels from the guy who ghosts people after he promised to make them stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Hang on. Meow.
So yeah, really nice actually. The panels, they're flat. They're not curved or anything. They're just flat panels, but I mean, really nice, and made from ridiculously super strong magnets.
It's nice to see a panel that's not fecking huge. It's nice to see a panel that's
Do you mean thick?
tidy. Yeah. Not massively thick though, are they?
No, they're not. They're not massively thick. They feel because it's flat. I quite like because the original ones are curved. And
You looked as though you palmed a card. Your hand action there looked as though you palmed a card there. I was waiting for a magic trick.
Sorry.
Carry on.
Yeah, no. So yeah, no. It's just yeah. It's nice. I quite like the flat panels. So yeah, but it does. The magnets are very. I didn't realise it was the ones in the doors until I just started. You know when you've got your billet box and you literally start picking your tools up from the desk while you're vaping.
Maybe think when you have your billet box. No.
You pick your billet box up and you pick it up along with a screwdriver, your tiny little Allen key attached to the bottom of the billet box. No.
No, can't relate. You're saying billet box, no.
No, sorry, Delro.
Do they attach to it? What?
Yeah. Basically, it just picks up my tools when I'm the magnets in the doors just pick up.
Oh, the magnets in the doors.
Yeah, the magnets in the doors.
There's so much love for Carrot tonight.
That's it. So much love for
Carrot.
Okay. So yeah, so there you go. So I've got I've got it on
I got your wordplay, Paul.
a billet box. There you
go. Going back to then, what would have been your ultimate setup? What did you aspire to own?
Back then, I'd just been to. So that was like just after Vape Fest, wasn't it? I hadn't been doing the podcast very long. I was probably still doing the podcast on my own.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell Stu thought that was a good idea when I was doing solo podcasts? Oh, they are so cringe when you listen back to them. Really are. I don't know why I leave them up. I ought to delete them. They're horrible. What would I have wanted at that point? Probably something really silly. I remember having a big thing wanting a...
Walking sticks?
No, the Smock X Cube Ultra.
Okay, now
because
the Bluetooth one.
Yeah, it got Bluetooth on it. It vibrated.
Flashing
so if
light.
there was, if there was something wrong with the atomizer and you'd got a short, it buzzed in your hand. I'm like, oh, got off that one. Never got one, but I remember having a thing wanting that. I wasn't that into the...
Yes, the Zomo Laser. Definitely the Zomo Laser.
Oh, yes! I never knew about the Zomo Laser until I was introduced to it on the Boner board. So that was the first time
The what? The Boner board?
The Boner
board.
We used to have a Boner board.
We had a Boner... Do you not know about the Boner board, Martin?
So imagine, if you will, right, we had a shared desktop, a shared screen, right?
Yeah.
And it started at the bottom with get in the bin, or... No,
Proper Cunty.
Okay.
Proper Cunty was the bottom.
Yeah.
And Fully Charged was the top, and there was
Top
little
one.
things in between.
Yeah.
So everyone would bring something in every week, but we all had control, so we could each pull it to where we wanted to pull it, and we'd end up fighting where
Over where it went.
where it went on the board.
If you ever saw... It was based on... If you ever saw Top Gear, where they had the cool wall, where things were like cool or not cool.
Sub-Zero.
Yeah, and we changed it from cool wool to Boner board.
Do you know the best thing about the Zomo Laser was the packaging? The case it came in was incredible. Little acrylic box. It was great.
Okay. Oh, don't tell me you stocked them.
If we did.
I'm going to have to see if I can buy a Zomo Laser just because.
just because it's got a laser in it and you can take people's eyes out with it.
Oh, had it got a laser in it? It was a laser pointer as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember you could buy those you could get a laser pointer with a 510 adapter, so you could just screw it onto a mod, and you'd got a laser pointer.
And now you're feeling 11 years old again.
Yeah, laser pointers, aircraft, getting arrested.
I had one of the big sets when I was in school, like 5th, 6th grade, with all the tops you could put on, with like a naked lady, so you could light it at the board. And then you could giggle and.
There you go. Even Dale stocked them.
Oh man! Come on, someone. Come on, I'm gonna have to do some Google foo. Someone somewhere must have a Zomo Laser in stock. Surely.
We'll get Matt to buy one.
Zomo LAZ, I assume.
Just ask Paul. He's probably got one somewhere.
Oh.
Zomo
Paul,
Laser.
And if Paul's not got one, Grandad will have one.
Oh, it's got an S in it. Uber Vape.
How much?
Hang on. Oh my God,
Evening,
$58.95, and it's temporarily out of stock. Only temporarily, mind.
Good evening, Andrew. Good to see you. There you go. Paul's got 7.
Evening, Andrew. Why are you still on YouTube? I thought you had found Twitch. But
It only comes to Twitch when something fucks up on YouTube. There we go. What was your setup, Martin, on your first?
Well, seeing as I'm the rookie novice, we're only going back to May 2020, and I noticed when I looked back at some of the old shows that, as you said, Chandler, it was like one setup. Now, me, on my first show, I had 4 setups that I was using.
I know what one of them was. I bet.
So the first one it's one I don't have anymore. It was the ZKM Squonker that Paul has now. With the Vena. The other one was this one, the Dart2 mod. At that time, it just had the Nautilus GT, which is now in pieces. On top of it,
It's all in pieces. Poor thing.
It can get in the bin. And then also the Winter Dragon, Voyeur, Monarca. And last but not least, and I look back at the show, and exactly this caliber is the one I was vaping on.
The same one?
That color, even though I've had like, I don't know how many different, and it's the exact same one. So this has lasted pretty long for a 20-odd quid China device, I would say.
Well, yeah.
Especially since how much I've used it the past year or so. 4 setups. And I think I even had more in front of me that were ready to go. I don't know what I was doing at that time. I had so much shit ready to vape. I think it was a matter of being lazy and not bothering to, empty something out and then having to refill or re-wig. I'll just pick up the next thing. And then at one point you have too much. You do an entire session of re-wicking and reducing it all.
Sorry, just to butt in. Dale, Twitch is our preferred platform. We obviously go to YouTube as well, but we had so many problems with YouTube a few years ago that we just... And we like it here because it's instant, isn't it? You get an instant response, whereas you've got a 10-second delay on YouTube. So we actually prefer Twitch, but we've kept YouTube going for posterity, I think.
I've just Googled when my first show was. It was 4 years ago. 4 years? Really?
So I'm still vaping on this tonight with salts. Do I even bother showing it? It's the same salt as always. Down to 10 bottles left now. Also, I was going to say alloy box. Now I can't remember. Rinko jelly box. Good device. And last but not least, blue box. This time I've colored it up a bit with the Italy cap on the mob and some white shit.
On a white burrow.
The white borough and tip. And for nostalgia purposes, well, a little bit, I actually put in some Smacks Good Vibes.
Ooh.
Which is, as far as I remember, there was an American manufacturer who suddenly went out of business or something. You couldn't get more of it. Haven't vaped that in a while. Some orange passion fruit pineapple top thingy. So yeah. Still
Nice.
vaping on different devices, not just sticking to one. Yeah. So Mark, how many decades do we have to go back to find your first episode?
I couldn't even tell you
what
when
were you vaping on back then?
I believe it was the Connoisseur. And it, again, from another bunch of cunts from the League of Scoundrels. I say a bunch of cunts. They were a bunch of cunts once a certain nationality took over. But they were sound back when.
Okay.
So yes, I believe I was vaping a Connoisseur. On top of that, it was either going to be a Kennedy. Was it?
Yeah. Connoisseur and Kennedy going back to 2016 in October.
Oh.
You had your first appearance, according to my research. And funnily enough, on that show, everyone had suddenly gotten a Connoisseur. It was... you should rename that. You should go back and rename it to the Connoisseur Show, because it was what you would today call a connoisseur shit show.
Talking
I think
of which,
some guy had hooked all of the hosts up, and maybe that's how he got in the door.
Well, talking of Connoisseur, I'm sure Dale will be able to tell you a lovely story about Connoisseur. Part of our big UK exit. We'll save that for an after show.
Okay.
So yeah, so I was a Clouds bro back then. All tubes, all 0.1 builds, blasting through 60 mils of juice a day. And what would have been my dream setup? You know what? Back then, I don't think there was anything I wanted. If I wanted it, I just got it. I was...
So you were so deep and connected that you were able to. So it makes sense.
Maybe. But yeah, no. You know, back then, again, bring it back to Dale, the Rogues. Loved the Rogues. Until cunts got involved. And then I disliked the Rogues. Loved League of Scoundrel. Cunts got involved. Hated League of Scoundrel. It's been the same thing. But yeah, back then, you know, League of Scoundrels, I loved the mods. SOI, Suburban Innovations, The Goon. Oh, what else did I hammer the shit out of? The Able.
What about Moose? Was that big in UK?
The Moose?
Yeah.
Or
Moose or something. I remember like 3 years ago when I started vaping, like everyone was like, "Oh, a tube, and you need a Moose RDA." That was like the top thing to get here, at least.
Anyone else require Ben? Mose. What was it?
No, it was like spelled MOOS and then E with an apostrophe, something like that.
Moose.
Moose. Philippines. It was right around when one shop in Denmark brought a lot of Philippine shit to Denmark as the first, and it was. So I have a question, Mark. Saying you said you went from Clouds Bro, and now as we all know, you're a Toit as a Toiker.
Toit as a Tiger.
Toit as a Tiger.
Did you go straight from one thing to another, or did you have some stops in between?
I don't know what happened. I don't think it was a... Going back, it was... We'd opened the shop, and it were Clouds Bro.
Yeah.
And then, for some reason, and I can tell you exactly what tank it was as well. I used to pretty much try everything that came into the shop, or at least give them to the staff for them to check it out. Everything that came in, we always opened one, tried, and so we could give honest reviews, officer. And the Nautilus, the reincarnation of the Nautilus came out. Do you know the grey one with the windows? Can't remember what it was called.
Yeah, the not the GT.
No, it was just a standard Nautilus.
Not the Nautilus Mini, or that was the one that was all glass.
Either way.
Yeah.
So back in the day, I was an aero tank guy. And I never, because you're either Nautilus or aero tank, weren't you? You weren't. You pick your camp. Nautilus 2. That's it, Matt. Nautilus 2. So you pick your camp and you stuck into it. So for some reason, I thought I'm going to give the Nautilus 2 a try. 0.7 coils in it. Whack some 6 milligram in. I fell in love with Matalong. And so don't get me wrong, I enjoy clouding every now and again. But yeah, Matalong took over, and I've enjoyed it ever since. And you could probably blame Nautilus 2 for my love of 0.8.
Mm. Oh, because it went toy.
It was toy as a tiger, yeah.
Mm.
So you literally had no stops in between.
No.
And going back to cloud, we've discussed this a while back, and we're talking back when juice was expensive, and you made a lot of money on juice as well, if you were smart at least. And as you said, you went through 60 mil a day. It was a gold mine, and now it's MTL tight, you know, and plus the market is flooded, so it's that's also a huge shift in the industry in regards to how much. We talked about this previously, and actually I think we agreed, like, this is bring back clouds, bro, because then you can sell more juice.
It wasn't Dale. It wasn't the Nautilus. It was the T18. It was the Anakin T18 that got me. Or T21, whatever the bigger one was. It was the Anakin.
That took Nautilus coils, didn't it? That was it, wasn't it?
I don't know. I used the Endura coils, was it? Or yeah, no, it was that.
Something like that.
Yeah, I know, Dale. I know they go through a lot, and also RDL and all that shit. But the sheer amount that you would consume for
fucking RDL, get in the bin.
You know what I mean? Like MTL, RDL, whatever. M2 RDL, all the different, like
RDL didn't exist when we started, did it, Mark?
No, RDL is just bullshit
RDL.
they've made up recently.
Well, what the hell? It was either direct lung or mouth to lung. There's nothing, no RDL or.
I bet I get through on a typical day probably 10 to 15 mil. Probably 10 to 15 mil on a 1 ohm coil at what, 12, 13, 14 watts, and I still get through sort of 10 to 15 mil. The question I want to ask, I had a China box turn up.
You had a China box turn up?
Didn't know it was coming.
That's a cardboard box. That's
Cardboard
not China.
box, yeah, but it's made in China.
Right, okay.
And I can't remember.
I want to know, did you get fucked in customs?
Huh?
I want to know if you got fucked in customs.
No.
No customs? Why? What
Just
did it say
realised
on
my address on there. No. Yeah.
Why? What's it say? I can't read it.
15.
Probably, to be fair, it probably was 15.
That's double the production value then.
And I've got to be honest, I can't remember the last time that I received a box with hashtag free shit in it and didn't dive in it and start using it.
Oh, okay.
There is a box full of fucking disposables.
No.
A box full
Yeah,
of
but
disposables.
Matt's gonna be in the chat asking for them straight away. You know that.
And Matt actually said to me, wait until you're live, pineapple and coconut, what the fuck?
Yeah, gotta try that. Open it now.
Strawberry ice cream,
Ew.
pineapple coconut.
Pineapple and coconut.
Mark, Dale is yelling at you.
Sorry,
I think. Or
what? I didn't buy them, Dale.
You didn't buy it, just got sent
hashtag
to
free shit.
Oh, I clear 30. Oh, that was the one with the octopus coils. It was the one with the spider legs.
Yeah, it got with the silica wicks.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everyone raved about those. Oh my god. Yeah, the eye clear.
On a Vamo V5.
Oh, the Vamo V5.
There's nothing flavour-wise that's taking me, so I'm just going to pass. Guava, kiwi, passion fruit, watermelon ice, sour apple.
Yeah. I want to know what that coconut and
I don't like
pineapple
coconut.
and coconut.
I don't like coconut at all.
Oh no.
Why can't they just give me a mint or a Heisenberg? Grape ice can get in the bin. Blueberry raspberry ice, another one that can get in the bin. There's not a single mint. Unless I'm being retarded.
There was a mint.
Mint.
There was a mint. Yeah.
And this is gonna
Found
have
a
me.
mint one.
This is gonna have me fucking gipping.
Why? What mint flavour? Does it just say mint? Is it
They're all what?
Sophia mint?
What, 20 milligram? What?
Okay, 20 milligram salts, I think. Do you have to guess?
Looks like it. You have to guess.
Wow. Where? What?
50?
Doesn't even say.
We'll know in a
Right,
second.
parameters. Product size, 14 ml, blah, blah, blah. Food grade PC, polycarbonate. 50 milliamp hour, 1.6 ohm. Nic salt, 20 milligram.
Ah, there you go.
And apparently I'm going to get 575 puffs out of it.
Oh, so it's fucked by before the end of the. It'll have had it by the end of the show, then, basically.
All the dolphins that are going to die from this.
Oh my god.
What? Do you have to take all the condom ends off? It looks like... Fucking hell. Do you have the green whistles they use in Australia? Have you ever seen
Green
them? The ones they
whistles?
use for pain relief. Google green whistle.
Google green whistle. Okay. It looks.
What the fuck is this? Imagine that down your
It
jap
looks
eye.
like. Oh my god. Ah! Oh, that makes me cringe.
Yeah.
Ugh. Remember those lollipops on a stick that you got that were a whistle?
Hmm?
A lollipop. It looks like one of those. Oh my god, the bottom lights up.
Mark, it goes.
The fuck?
Disclaimer,
Right.
this is the real first sound test.
Genuinely, there's a lock on the bottom.
Oh, it's a pain relief.
Yeah.
Green whistle. Oh yeah.
There's a lock on the bottom.
What do you mean there's a lock on the bottom?
Well, I sucked it and nothing happened, and then...
Yeah, well, we've all tried that before, so.
Speak for yourself, Martin.
Sorry.
Where's the instructions? What's that little switch do?
I guess it locks it if you didn't get any hit on
Is
the
it
first-
mouth to lung or is it cloudy? Cloudy.
All I can taste is saturin.
All you can taste is plastic.
No, all I can taste is sweetener.
Sweetener.
Or that
What?
is
In the mint?
all that's coating my mouth is sweetener.
Oh, send them to me then. Gimme.
Oh my god,
At some point, I even contemplated buying a bottle of sweetener just to add half a mil in each bottle. Okay, you can keep them.
People vape this shit.
Oh, and this is an honest review for Watofu. Watofu, keep sending us the free shit because we think it's amazing.
No, don't. Please don't.
If you're going to send us the free shit, Watofu, send us the decent stuff.
Nasty Geek Elfbar, if you're watching.
Oh, they're not good.
Is it just that flavour, or it's making
It's
your eyes
just the
water?
whole. It's just the whole vape. It's making me sweat. I'm actually sweating.
What? Oh my god!
My hands are wet through.
Yuck!
Can't see it, but oh, that is hideous. How do people vape that shit? And this is what gets me: that people are getting hooked on this shit.
I mean, you've been able to read about lately about how shops were getting raided and like for counterfeit ones and counterfeit ones is one thing, but the ones that were stocking 50 milligrams, just stop it. Like,
it's pointless.
There's always going to be a certain amount of cunts that are going to take the risk and they're going to ruin it. Again, we've talked about this a million times before in my time here. You are a blessed country in the UK. You have a pro-vaping government and authorities and so on. So it's always gonna.
Yeah, the disposables. Shit,
I used to mix up 50 milligrams in our elderflower and apple. I don't know what fucking nick they're using, but Christ, shit, a brick.
So.
No, is it literally a sealed unit? It's not like you can change it out.
It's sealed.
And it doesn't taste at all of mint, or is it just?
It tastes. Imagine.
Is it like Kendall mint cake? That sweet and sickly?
No, right. Get a sweetener.
Oh yeah.
Suck it. That's what it tastes like.
Oh, that chemically sweety. Oh, saccharin. Yeah, I'm with you.
There you go. The country is rife for 1,500 plus puff devices in vape shops these days. 74 shops in Liverpool alone got raided last month.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that a lot of Liverpool.
I know Liverpool is a big city, but 74 vape shops in Liverpool? We only have a maximum of 20 in our capital.
20 in your capital?
Oh, yeah, maybe even only 15. In Copenhagen and Greater Copenhagen even, there's maybe like 15.
Oh, in London there's got to be shitloads.
200.
Yeah, imagine how many there are in Manchester.
Well, I'm thinking about in Sheffield. If you count all of Sheffield,
that shit has buzzed me out. It really has.
That's all for tonight, folks, because
we've been destroyed by a disposable.
What do you think we're going to see in 300 shows' time? A black screen on a Tuesday night.
Quite possibly.
No, in all seriousness, if anyone wants these, let me know. Loads of cities.
Still no more.
Normally, I'm jumping up and down, going, "Yeah, I love them. Yeah.
Mark, let's see if Dave wants some. Maybe I'll have some extra chucked in that maybe you can send for me. But if they're not even worth the postage, then
if that
Martin
mints anything to go by, then
Martin does like sweetener.
But a mint shouldn't be sweet. Okay, a little bit sweet can be, but if it's like oversaturated with sweetener, then it's not a mint. Yeah, Ben, vape juice direct injected into the arm. No more vapor.
Yeah, no, can't see that one catching on.
Right, what we got? Martin, what did you bring with you tonight? I've got a folder with your name on it.
Brotherly Boro scene.
Oh yes.
Community. I brought 2 new devices that are kind of trying to mix up the idea of a Boro device as a square-shaped box. A little info for those who actually like the Noct. There is something going on with the version of the Noct, but with an AT650. Just saying. I cannot tell you more or show you more at this point, but...
Okay, that'd be good.
Yeah. So, going back to the 2 different versions. So, Armor Mods and a German guy called Modelski. They're both bringing out devices where the battery tube is actually separate from the body. And Mark, I don't know which one.
Yes.
Yeah, Matt, I thought of you. I don't know which one you're going to show first, Mark. Armor or
Armor.
Modelski?
No, whatever
Armor?
was number 1.
So the armor is pretty much it's much further in development than the Modelski one. This is called the C4. It has a sliding mechanism for the battery tube, and you're supposedly going to be able to get both a 21700 tube and a 18650 tube.
That was the first thing I said, wasn't it? When you showed that, I said,
and it makes sense with the size of the current tube, but it has no wires, so you literally slide off that tube, and you can put in a different tube.
So you could carry.
Which is
you could
convenient
have
because you can then also have the tube with you with an extra battery as a battery holder. That's actually
don't like
pretty
it.
smart. Whether you like it or not, design-wise, it's and the fire button is on the back side in this picture.
Whether you like it or not, design-wise, it looks fucking awful.
I mean, no, it's not something I would.
Do you know what I'd love? I'd love to see, and I'm just gonna hook this down so you can see us all. Sorry. Oh, damn it. I thought we could. We're just covering Chandler's head up.
Sorry.
For me, Joe, if someone made a Burrow mod without that fucking tampon applicator attached to the side that made someone that big, I'm all over it.
Where do you put the battery? Because you've got the Burrow at the top, you've got the Burrow underneath. What? How would it look if you'd got?
That's the next thing. Wireless power. So you just have a battery pack in your pocket, and it gives the power wireless to the device in your hand. Future.
Right. Let's put a price on this then.
I don't have any idea. Armor mods used to in the past with the Squonkers. The Armor Max used to be like $600-$800. I know this is going to be partly made with also what manufactures most of Armor, which is Desantec, which is the Chinese partner. I'm still thinking that it's going to be anywhere between $400 and $600, I presume. Dollars.
Hang on. And it's quote unquote Chinese made?
Well, all armor is, so basically.
Anything that's 400 quid up for me is just nah.
No, but we're not talking quid, we're talking dollars here.
Yeah,
So
$400, that's equivalent to like 300 quid. So.
Yeah, no, but that means it'll be 400 quid over here.
Yeah,
probably.
Easy.
You can take the next picture, which will show a little bit more about should show like the connection for the tube and the mod. Yeah, Phil, wireless electricity. Exactly.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like Wi-Fi.
Well, could you? Yeah, but could you imagine? You could have something like the Noct or the Delro with a wireless charge pad at the back, and you could just lay it down. When you every time you put it down on the table, as long as you put it on the wireless charge pad.
Just out of curiosity, why do you need to show those screws?
I don't know. Is that something that you would have to take in and out?
It's probably the connectors for the battery. It's probably the contacts.
Well, yeah.
Strange.
So
I don't. I mean, we've always had really tall mech tubes.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we make something like that? So you've got borrow, board, battery.
Actually,
One on top of
I'll
the
bring
other.
this next week. Someone has actually made it like an elongated mod with. I've both seen with 18650, but also with the LiPo, which is like a very long mod.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to find that for next week or next time, whenever we
Yeah,
go on again. If we ever go on again, this could be the last show ever, you know. Yeah, Mark, bring up the next one, and hopefully it should be the black one, because that's like a
Hang on.
borrow
No, I've only got 2 armors. The other 2 are something else.
Yeah, the other 2, that's the other borrow. That's from a German guy called Lukas Modelski, and the first one is like a rough prototype of what he wanted to do, which is kind of in the same style, with the tube being like external or separated. So this was a prototype he put up in his group some weeks ago. Very rough prototype. He makes panels and accessories and so on, and has now ventured into doing a mod. So kind of the same thing. Again, not my type of style in terms of the aesthetics, but
Again, snap the applicator off. I'm all over it.
yeah. But let's
the
move
small
on
one,
to the
but then
next one.
it's got no power whatsoever.
The next
without it.
picture is a more interesting in terms of being innovative, or at least trying something different, which is a render that I think was posted like 2 days ago, something like that. Apparently this has 2 fire buttons, both the button on the side and also that little round button on the front.
Is that one on the side, an up-down button? Could be the up and down.
No, that should be on the bottom, like. I think.
Oh, okay.
But I'm thinking mostly, unless it's a joystick and it's like I don't know, some kind of Yeezy chip or something. Juice or airflow just over a button. No go, in my world.
No, sorry. A burrow above a button is a no.
Yeah, but it depends on where your airflow holes are. Then if they're then on the sides, then it's a different story.
No, you've got to contact. It doesn't matter what happens. If it leaks underneath, it's going to seep through around the contact.
Kaz, did you just sniff your fingers?
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks for the sub, Matt.
I'm going to try again.
Yeah. They'll literally again.
Mine kept failing as
It's
well,
hard to
Chandler. I gave
reinvent
up.
the wheel.
Yeah, it just something's gone wrong.
If I mean, they're trying something different, whether you like it or not. That's just a fact, at least.
It's
I don't like it, but it's definitely different. It's not walking stick different. Oh, get Stu to make borrow mods. Weird borrow mods.
Yeah.
What? Make who?
I mean, why could you not have? I mean, something like that with a Stu from Vape Smarter, who made my walking stick.
Stu. Sorry.
Yes.
Stu. I mean, why couldn't you have something like that with a nice little wire that just comes out and goes into the battery pack that's in your pocket? I mean, that could work.
That could work. You know, the mod that you can use for your 12 volt in the car. You should actually be able to rebuild that into, like, hooking it up to a battery pack and then using it on the fly. Get like one of those big old suitcases filled with batteries. Like
I don't see why you couldn't
50,000
have. Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't have like a just this little wire. Like a telephone cable. Do you remember those things that used to be attached to phones that were all curly?
Yeah, headphones.
Yeah, no headphones, my ass.
but okay, yeah, of course the cords, but like headphones. Who even uses headphones anymore with a wire? Yeah, but going out, that's different.
No. Got it. Yeah,
it's all wireless.
Yeah.
And wireless power, that's coming. I know. I've seen some that are researching doing it.
Yeah, because the wireless charging isn't. Yeah, I like the wireless charging, but it's not wireless. It's.
Chandler.
Hello.
B just said he just pictured a vape hat. Can you imagine one of those beer hats?
With battery, you could have like packs of like 4 or 5, 21700s on each side in the hat, and a little curly cable, and you've got your little. Awesome. I'm going to have to make one of these.
No, I was just thinking vape devices, and then just the tubes, and then you just vape.
Oh yeah. I suppose, but then. I know I like my long drip tips, but from the top of my head all the way around and down, that's pushing it.
Phil, you're ruining it. Like it will happen. Maybe not in your lifetime, but it will happen.
I'm sorry, Phil. There are thunderstorms, electricity hits the floor, and there are no wires. See,
listen to the old
there
guy.
you go.
Is that me with the series mod?
Science. Yes, you with the series mod. Oh man.
Yeah, so that's some news I thought I'd share, and
no, like that.
Anyway, they're different. In my opinion, they are ranked. Yep.
I'm not.
Interesting, but I don't think they are perfect yet.
I think Dale hit the nail on the head. There's no need for any more ideas, in my opinion. If there isn't something for everyone now, it's a lost cause.
Definitely, there is something for everyone out there. There's no question about that. Like the sheer amount of different vape devices you can have. It's.
Dale, out of curiosity, what's your best-selling kit across your stores? Just out of curiosity, and also anyone else that works in the trade. Anyone else tell me their best sellers, whether UK or not?
Definitely the Jenna Jameson flashlight. Oh, not only. Oh, sorry.
Wrong. Vape stores, Martin. Vape stores. Yeah, it's fine. That would make an interesting combo, wouldn't it? Could you imagine? Well, I think we need to open one of these. A chain of adult vaping stores.
Well, you have to be 18 to go in both, right? So.
Well, yeah. So why not? You got vape stuff on one side, and Beano, Bunty, Bare Ass Monthly.
Yeah. The odd con coming in asking, "Do you have a fitting room?"
Yeah. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Why don't you have testers? No, I meant the vapes.
There we go. So for Dale, Vupu Drag S pod kits or the Aspire POC still. That's
POC.
No, POC
I know they're cheap to buy and cheap to sell, but how the fuck can a POC still be best selling? It's so complicated.
Do you know? For me, the problem with the POC with me was, and I was a mouth to lung user then. It ain't mouth to lung. It's too airy, in my opinion. I just think they're too airy.
Yeah, Paul, we know you would run the F out of an adult vape shop. You'd be better at doing a kids vape shop, actually, I think.
Don't think I've ever tried the Vupu Drag X.
Mind you, could you imagine just getting the D batteries muddled up with the 21700? Suddenly got great.
That Vupu Drag S is alright.
Yeah, it turns into a lightsaber. Yeah. Vupu Drag S's.
The amount of I can't even count how many times I've seen people come into a vape shop and buy a POC X, and then the person behind the counter has to spend like 20-30 minutes explaining how to set it up. That's complicated in my book. Compared to something like this or the
Drag S, it just works, innit? It don't take a brain surgeon.
Or the drag. No, that's simple. But the the POC X, you only fill it to here, then you twist that, and careful don't blah blah blah, and it will leak and shit like that. No.
T20s, yeah, T20s. I know they're popular. I know Misig Zoo sell a lot of those still. And I mean, how old are those? from Inikin. What's that? That's 3-4-year-old tech. Yeah, I think at the minute things are just going to start, at least for a while, things are just going to start recirculating. Like the borrows are coming back, Squonking's going to come back, and then it'll
I
go
don't think
to
anything's going to
dripping
come
and-
back more than it already is. Because
Squonking's dead.
idiot. Nothing ever died. Tubing never died. Mech devices like dual battery mech, not series mark, of course.
Obviously parallel.
Like it's all there. It's not. It's just a matter of it's not. Oh, everyone's using mech tubes, or everyone's using swankers, or everyone's using that.
Yeah.
Everyone's using everything. As Dale said, we're at a point. If there isn't something out there for you, you might as well just forget about it, because there is so much. Even in essence, disposables aren't a bad thing, because it's a cheap way for people to try and see if it's actually for them. It's just the abundance of it and the way how it's sold on corner stores to kids.
I think things are
Because we
just.
know that happens.
I think the innovation is going to be just perfecting things. I mean, I was so impressed with that Lost Vape Squonker. Was it Centaurus BF Squonk mod? That, you know, when have you had a Squonk mod that doesn't at least leak a little bit, and a bottle that when you take it out doesn't squirt juice everywhere? I mean, little things, but I think it's just going to be.
You see, whatever happened to positional drip tips?
Oh,
But that drip tip was so nice in your mouth. It was so nice in your mouth. And then
Throw in
coils,
again.
yeah, it was that funnel shape,
and those
and that
coils lasted forever.
and that drip tip was on everything. You could get that drip tip.
Yeah, Dale, I totally agree with you. And at some point, 2-3 years ago, it was crazy with like let's call it the mid to low end ranges of tanks, and like it was almost like new month, new tank, and then new coils, and it was crazy for shops to keep up. I am though a little bit doubtful regarding longevity regarding the coils, because that's the cash cows, the manufacturers.
You've got to remember,
they'll sell you the tank for nothing because they'll make the money on the coils, so it's not in their interest to make them last longer.
the thing is with the coils, you know, they went away from silica, which lasted a hell of a lot longer than cotton, and they did that for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay, silica kills you, and
Well,
you don't want to be inhaling dry silica.
but also, I mean, think of things like I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that was big when it landed. What was it? The Q pod. Remember the Q pod, Lost Vape pod system that looked like a radio.
Oh yeah. Walkie talkie. Yeah.
It was Q pod, wasn't it? Mark's looking blank. I remember
Orion.
Orion. There you
Orion.
go.
Right.
The Orion.
That
Q-pod.
again, right? The Orion for me, I wanted to love it, but it wasn't fucking MTL.
But I mean, think about what my point with this was. Can you still get pods, coils for it now without having to hunt high and low for them?
Purge did one, didn't they? Purge released a pod system.
Looked like a Zippo lighter.
Yep, and you cannot get coils for them anymore.
Yeah, I saw they were selling them off for something daft like $2.99, $3.99
Purge
for
Alley.
Purge. That's the one.
Alley.
Yeah, you can pick those up really cheap, but yeah, like you say, you can't get the coils.
You'll get the coils that come with it. I don't even think they came with coils.
It's $4.99 on Evo.
Yeah, there you go.
What, the coils?
No, the set.
Oh,
The whole setup now that was, I can't remember how much it was, $29.99, $39.99. I can't remember what it was full price when it launched.
yeah, no, I didn't think it came with a pod mat.
No, it came with one. So you, just says pod kit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and Q pods are like.
You see,
rocking
another
all
one
shit,
was
as
the
Dale says, but that's what the things that are. The things that are standing the test of time at the moment are like the Nautilus, the Endurers, stuff like that. Did that work?
I just tried to vape on a pen drive.
On a pen drive?
I was like, oh, what's that?
Oh,
Oh.
they have coils on Evo as well. 0.8, 0.6, and 1.2. $5.99.
Okay.
What for? For the...
Ali.
Okay.
Another example was the...
Was it any good, that Ali? I'm thinking it's dirt cheap now.
No.
I'm assuming it wasn't any good whatsoever.
No idea.
No idea. Oh, okay.
Another example of technology and things doing really well. Right. So, do you remember the little... Was it a pod system? The little thing with the DNA board in it? That everyone got butthurt about when I got sent one?
Oh, that was ridiculously expensive because it kind of learnt what you did or something.
What was it? What was it called? I've got one up there somewhere.
I don't think anyone was butthurt that anyone
The Evolve.
would send one.
The Evolve.
People got butthurt that they were selling them for a fucking £100, and then they were selling them out for free.
Yeah.
In that amount.
Mm.
So the Evolve Reflex, was it?
Yeah, Reflex.
Again, that was a prime example of technology done well, because the nicotine delivery on that bad boy was incredible. Absolutely incredible. It vaped like a cigarette.
Mm.
It even down to the point, if you chug it too hard, you got nick sick off it. It burnt your lips, like, do you know when you rag a fag and you proper...
Yeah, down to the... You're smoking it down to the filter.
But from the second you light it, you're burning your lips because you're drawing that hard on it.
Yeah.
This was exactly the same. The harder you drew, the hotter it got on your lips. And I know people are going to say, well, that's what happens when you vape too hard. But honestly, this was like a cigarette. And the nicotine delivery was incredible, and I loved it.
Oh, January,
Wow.
Ali says she's got a couple of those Anakin tips in the drawer. So
They're
maybe
not 510. They're not
The drip
510.
tips, the rotatable drip tips.
Are they 510, Ali?
No. They screwed on the whole of the top, screwed
Yeah,
over the tank.
on that one, but they were those were also
You can
made
get...
at
Yeah, I've got a 510 one somewhere. Black one.
Reflex. Yeah.
Lost Vape E-Square.
I got rid of the... I found a few of those, didn't I?
You did, and I was going to nick one off you, but I was way too late by the time I got around to it.
Yeah.
They were part of the thing. Yeah, I know, Dale, but some also made those exactly the same, but as 510s.
Yeah, they were built into those tanks though. Those ones, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
There you go. Alice, she's saying it's 510.
I think it's 510. Exclamation mark.
Bonus.
But yeah, no. Dale put on there. As a retailer, we don't want new tech with no history, time-tested stuff. I agree with that completely. But also, you don't want to buy, and if something new comes along, you don't want to be jumping on the bandwagon. Because if you buy a lot of that stock and you get a lot of your customers using it, if you suddenly then cannot get hold of the coils, which isn't your fault. You just can't get a hold of the coils.
Basically, that's one of the
your
main
customers
things
are
why-
then going, meh, you've just got something new in, so I can't use this anymore. I've got to buy a whole new vape shit, and you end up
And
with,
that's what
with
went wrong with
disgruntled.
smart tanks.
Yeah.
Smart tanks, it
Mhm.
was literally new tank, new type of coils. I know
Yeah.
you could have like done some that could have used some of the same, and then at some point start fresh. But like shops, they literally stopped stocking them because they couldn't keep up, and those that they could sell they couldn't get, and then they had a big stock of some that they couldn't sell because people weren't using them anymore. By the way, Ali's saying if you want it, it's yours, channel.
Oh,
YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
I think the next innovation the only innovation that they need to work on is sell.
Is sell.
PM80s. Didn't we get?
Oh.
No, PM80.
Yeah, you had a PM80.
What are the PM80s? I thought they were Waterfo, the PM80s.
No. That's Vaporesso.
Did they used to send us shit as well then?
It's actually PM80. That's also what we call channel. Pretty much 80.
Oi!
Get your ass down here, boy.
Yeah. 80?
Okay.
Oh yes, the Target. I remember those. In fact, Lindsay still uses. What? You're still using the Target? Or is yours a Waterfo?
No, mine's a Manic.
What did he put?
The same thing as normal message deleted. You know.
Oh, that was his message. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I just kind of thought.
Anyway,
yeah,
PM80. I didn't read the rest of the story. Outstanding
Sorry.
punk until we had to return 85. Wow. Yes. I binned mine. Mine died. My board died. You see, for me, the Nexes, the Waterfo Nexes weren't bad. Only issue being for newbies, the fact it's 18650. I love it because it's an 18650. But they weren't a bad.
Yeah, I'm thinking about. You know how long it took me to get Kelly to find a vape setup that she liked. Managed to find a pod system that she liked and she was using it, but it ran out of built-in battery. It would run out of battery, and then she'd have to wait for it to charge. So it wasn't until I got the Nautilus X with an 18650. Run out of battery, right? Swap the battery out, and there you go. It was like, wow, why didn't I have one of these to start with? Okay, all right then. But yeah, there you go. So I sometimes think 18650s are built-in batteries are not necessarily.
But when they're
brilliant.
starting up, it's the whole thing about having to buy cells, having to buy chargers,
Chargers and yeah.
They just want something they can plug into the wall. I never
Yeah.
tried that Pagey pod kit. You'd be all over that, Martin.
Nevox Pagey kit.
You'd be all over that, Martin.
Oh, would I?
Yeah. Look how
No,
slim.
fuck off.
Look how slim it is.
No.
Where is it? Why? What? Where? What are you looking at? You Googling?
I like my sticks long.
All right, Google.
Okay.
It's on the
Pagey
screen,
pod.
and we've even animated it for you. There we go.
Have you? Oh, okay, my Twitch is behind. Oh, look at that.
No, it doesn't come in blue. It doesn't matter. Fuck off.
Above the clouds. Good evening.
It's got a rainbow on there. It's got blue, pink, and green on it.
Chandler, what's above the clouds? His name? I can't remember.
Above the clouds, his name. Who are we looking at? YouTube.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name. Sorry, buddy. Good evening. Good to see you.
Be honest with you, not sure.
Diddy, if you're gonna qualify for a diamond one, we need to see more of you here. You know, it's fair you have work, but you need to earn the diamond one.
I've got I've got a slight emergency. I've just had a WhatsApp. Have you finished yet? My vape has run out of juice.
Take us some juice, for God's sake.
So
Yeah.
I might have to go and refill. So I'll be back in a second.
Ooh.
It's a vape show after all, you know.
Mark, the Nevox, I just found at AliExpress they have colored sleeves for it and in blue, so maybe. Now we're at a maybe. I'm gonna have to check in on that.
You like the idea of it then?
I'm not totally okay. Out of stock on Evo. Shit. Who is Nevox? Page.
Never heard them. I had to Google it.
That's a weird name.
$24.99 on my vape store.
950 ma. I can. I can accept that. But I've come to the conclusion that regarding pods, the draw is the most important thing to me because the size can be pretty much anything. Like when I got this, it was still with a matter of skepticism that like, will the draw be something I like? Foils, etc. A good example is just that the caliber in A2. The draw is simply too open for me because it's a 0.9 mesh. It's too open. It has to be more restricted. Exhibit A.
Get on the Nevox store.
Nevox. Well, I'm guessing it's Chinese.
Yeah.
Can't find anything about the coils. What coils, or is it parts? I'm guessing it's parts.
The pagey looks as though it's rebuildable. I'm sure it's not, but
What? What, that tiny little pod thing that we were looking at a minute ago?
I'm guessing not. But
Coil.
right, right. Let me share this. Don't you just love the lies?
Which? What? I'm not looking. You're sharing this on Twitch. Finished paper.
Thin as
Okay.
paper, light as a feather.
Is that the Pagey pod kit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coils. It's okay, so you can change the coils. Fair enough. They have a 1 ohm mesh. They do have a bluish, it seems, carbon fiber on the side.
It's a good-looking thing, actually, isn't it? Really, was that the fire button on the? It's not auto draw. It's got a fire button.
It has auto draw, and you can actually use a 510 drip tip on it.
Wait, what?
Yes.
No.
Oh. Interesting. Dale, where have you been all my life?
Type C 2 amp fast charging.
Yeah. This reminds me a little bit of what was this one? My friend got one in Hamburg in 2019 in the expo. Oh, Narada. Yeah, Narada or Narada Pro or something, which is also a similar kind of looking little square device.
Narada Pro, yeah.
Yeah.
Came with an RBA as well. Oh, look at that. That's fucking ugly as well.
Yeah.
Which? What?
Hang on, I'm running out of room for fucking shit on my desktop. Oh no, that's not going to be the greatest of images, let's be honest. Let's see if I can find a better.
David, Payne, we're gonna talk. I think I can only find it in the UK.
Wait, what?
There we go, that's the Narada.
Yeah, that's no. They were like that.
Right. We should have mentioned this at the beginning of the show. We are cutting the shows down to an hour and a half to save us inanely chatting shit, but it also gives us an extra hour in Hangouts afterwards.
We're cutting it down. Wait. Let me just get the math here. We're cutting it down by half an hour to have an extra hour in after show.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Thank you very much for joining us for the 300th show. Thank you very much for all your support, whether you're new, whether you're old, whether you're Chandler, ancient. Then... Yeah, we have.
And
having said that,
I want to
have
give
you
a special shout out to Ben for making the "Are We There" posts every week in the group.
Yeah, also it's like a regular
It's nice
thing.
and it don't stop. It keeps us on our toes.
To one of us just ignoring it. So
Yeah.
No.
There we have hangouts after each show. We post a link here in the chat, and you can come join us on Zoom.
It's not Hangouts. We still call it Hangouts, but
it's Zoom.
it's Zoom.
Yeah.
Hangouts, really?
But no,
Does that still work? Can you still do a Hangout?
Over the past 7 years, we appreciate you visitors, you guests, you viewers, and without you, we'd have given up a long time ago. Don't get me wrong, numbers are dropped, but we kind of feel as though whilst there's still people that give a shit, we should give a shit at least once a month. And as soon as people stop and it starts dropping off, we'll call it a day. But is this our last show? You've not got rid of us just yet. Hold fire for the Zoom link. It's incoming. We will see you.
Guys, did you just sniff your fingers?
Ali, thank you for
Thanks,
the
Ali.
sub. Appreciate that, buddy.
Still can't subscribe.
No, I can't. I can't even subscribe to my own channel. What's that all about?
Oh! Hang on.
Let me try mine. Mine kept failing.
Is it?
What, we're watching it on Twitch. Twitch. Click it. Subscribe. Oh! Mine was successful.
Yeah, so was mine.
Kaz, did you just sniff your fingers?
There we go. For some reason, mine didn't even come up on screen. Oh, got a hype
You have to
train.
click. You have to click about half a dozen things in order to get it to go through.
Mine just didn't go
It's
through.
nuts.
There we go.
Kaz,
And we
did
have
you
a
just
hype
sniff your
train,
fingers?
and
Is that a hype
that's
train?
it for now.
Absolute pleasure as always, guys. Hold fire for the Hangouts link, and hopefully we will see you. Oh, thanks, Andrew. Appreciate that. We will see you next Tuesday if I'm not in prison. Take care, guys. We'll see you then. Adios. Adios, motherfuckers.
Saving private bacon. Bye.